Asia. This is the first of their 2 qualifiers, the finals of it. Now, the important thing to note here is that these 2 teams, they have already qualified for the group stages. That is going to consist eventually of 4 Southeast Asian teams and 8 international teams from NA Europe. So, obviously, that's going to be a 12-team group stage. It's going to be a great event, especially when it gets to that point. Got to run the qualifiers though to get there. So these 2 teams already qualified, so why are they playing, you ask? Well, at this point, they're playing for some sweet SoundBlaster headsets. They're going to be playing for the winner actually gets some SoundBlaster Evo ZX headsets, where the runner-up gets some SoundBlaster Evo headsets. I believe it's the difference between wireless and wired and whatnot. But about $230 value for the ZX, $130 value for the Evo non-ZX. So definitely, you know, some pretty decent hardware on the line here, sponsored by SoundBlaster. So these 2 teams, still something to play for, as well as, of course, there's always a pride factor going to be coming at you here between these 2 teams. So that is that's what's happening. So there you go. That's just a quick rundown of what to expect here. Also, another thing to note, I'm going to be doing a solo cast here for this again, and the main reason I'm doing that is because it is a replay. It can be a little bit more freedom. If I happen to miss a kill, let's go. I can quickly go back to it with the replay, and if I have a code cast, then it can get confusing. We have to sync up again and everything, and I just don't want to deal with that. So that's why this is the case. So just wanted to let you guys know my mic is broken. How does my mic randomly break between the podcast and this? It's not that it's broken. It's not the best. I'm still looking into actually getting that upgraded, guys. But it should still be fine. It should still be fine. Anyways, we're moving along here. You know what? I just realized I forgot water, and especially in a solo cast, I need water. So I'm gonna go to pause it real quickly, and I'll be right back, guys. Don't worry. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, guys. Whew, sorry about that. Alright, so as I said, I don't even know why I paused it, to be honest. That was really stupid of me. Anywho, I'm back now. Got some water real quickly. Got these solo casts, especially. Definitely always need water. Whether solo or not, to be honest. Gotta keep hydrated. That's a lesson that, well, it's good to teach that. Good to praise that. Keeping hydrated is something that you should definitely do. Alright, so moving along with this game here. Let's take a look at what's actually playing out. We got the bands coming out. Ophelia, Scout, Lodestone, Fade. So it looks like they haven't witnessed the Power Prisoner yet. By the way, it is important to note these finals, these happened on Friday, I want to say. These finals did happen on Friday. This was after the patch came out. We talked about that when we casted the semifinals here from this event. So this is after the patch came out. So obviously those balance changes, the heroes like Deadwood, like Pebbles, they did take place. So keeping that in mind here, to not see the prisoner is a little funny almost. Again, this is a different region though. It's their play style, the heroes that they tend to pick up, at least to an extent, have been different. I mean that's just nothing new. So as far as these picks are concerned now, we had the first pick. Oh, excuse me, the first pick, Keeper and a Tempest. Then there's the Wretched Hag, followed by the Pebbles, and then Master of Arms, and then Draconis. So, you know, I brought that up on the podcast, actually, that we just had. ORGE Esports, both of their games in their semifinal matchup, I'm actually blanking on who actually they played, but in their semifinal matchup, they did run Draconis both of the games. So clearly still a fan of the Dragon, although we don't see him over here in the North American European scene. He is still picked up. Apparently, especially by ORGE Esports at least. And ORGE Esports, they, again, not only should we recognize pretty much all their players. Other than maybe Rinflow, I'm not too familiar with him. The other ones I definitely should recognize. They'll have DreamHack experience even when it comes down to it. They finished, I want to say, 3rd place overall in their G League, which is their Diamond Division equivalent in the first G League that they had just recently. So it's something else that they got working for them. As far as DC Fabulous, I believe they just qualified for the next G League. Beef was bringing that up. So a solid team, but you had to pick a favorite, and no doubt would be ORGE Esports going into this matchup. So we'll see what DC Fabulous is able to put together, obviously, as far as competing here. So we are moving along now. The next tier of bands, it was a Wild Soul, Sandwraith, Pyromancer, Moon Queen, Engineer, and Nighthound. And now the following picks, we got Rally into Aluna going to be coming out here to continue along. So one more pick on either side now. You got DC Fabulous over here. Definitely a solid lineup put together. Looks like leaning towards possibly running that Master of Arms support. They still value their Rally when it's all said and done, and not that that's surprising by any means. The thing that's standing out to me about the ORGE Esports, definitely some good AoE synergy coming out there, especially with the Draconis and Tempest. It's been a while since we've seen Draconis get in our scene, but there's no doubt he is still one of the best heroes in terms of farming in the game. So that definitely still stands, and if you get him that farm, I mean, with that Cataclysmic Assault, he will just wreck face, as we have seen many times in the past. Moraxis and then Bubbles is how things are going to finish here between these two teams. So there you go. And you know what? This is another benefit of being a replay. We can go, you know what? I don't feel like sitting around waiting for everyone to ready up. We'll just be like, please, let's go forward. The other nice thing, too, if there are pauses, it will automatically skip pauses because I have that set to do it. So that's just another couple benefits of doing a replay cast. Ultimately, I do prefer live, of course, but in this case, doing the replay cast is at least better than nothing when it comes down to it. So, quickly switch the interface right here. Should be good. All right, so skip it on through the pause, and here we go into the laning phase. DLHF. Again, this is a SoundBlaster Heroes League, guys. This is qualifier number 1 for the Southeast Asian region. Orange versus DC Fabulous. Off the bat, you got all 5 here from ORGE Esports. Going to be heading towards that bottom lane. Going to look to get those water sights down to water sights and water revs. So Luna has both on him here. So investing that gold. As far as that, you do got some pooled regen on Pebbles, it looks like, currently. So we'll see how they make use of that. Well, actually, with the Pebbles pulled region, I kind of wonder if they're going to be looking to go an aggressive pseudo tri-lane here. Of course, if they're going to block the camps, that wouldn't make much sense, so just going to use that for the middle lane in the end. See them blocking the pole camp here. They're going to spot Moraxis, but Moraxis realizing quickly he's not going to be able to do much about that. Turns around. His teammates are kind of spread out right here. You do see Master of Arms getting down the aggressive ward themselves as at the pole camp. But now Luna running back. She's going to place down some wards here, making sure that she is not seen doing it, though. So they do not have an exact idea of where they are. So one ward aside here for the rune as well. Has those 2 revs still on here. Wondering where she's going to end up placing those. It looks like she's going to come over to this camp here. There you go. There's a rev ward block. The final rev ward, is it going to be this one? This area. Thinking about it. Over here even. Yep. Trying to. Not just yet. Gonna wait till the latest moment. So gonna wait till just about the 30-second mark. Actually pretty smart. Oh, never mind. That didn't work out too well. Okay, he's just gonna put it in there after it spawns anyways, so. I don't know if he's trying to block with his body first initially or what, but anyways, gets it down, so Keeper of the Forest. Speaking of that, Keeper of the Forest, obviously they are running a jungle Keeper of the Forest here, so he is going to have a tough time. Right now he has the yellow camp, and he does have this camp because the Water Rev was a little bit late, so he will be able to have that to take advantage of. But Aluna's going to do her part, Mr. Ghosty here. Going to do his part to keep up the harassment and not let Keeper of the Forest have a good time. So it ends up being a true 1v1 middle so far. You got Moraxis versus Pebbles here in the middle lane. So yeah, DC Fabulous choosing to value the Moraxis here. Over here it was like Deadwood even. Again, Deadwood to receive that nerf. But going with the Moraxis and clearly expecting to run him solo because Master of Arms Rally is how they decide to run top. So they're running the aggressive dual lane here against what is ultimately now going to be a dual lane in itself as a Luna makes the eventual adjustment. And Tempest being in that jungle. So pretty risky strategy here from DC Fabulous. But, you know, having Rally gives you a little bit more confidence. And it does set up a true Moraxis versus Pebbles 1v1 lane in the end. I think they value that Moraxis as long as he lands those axes of his. He can be pretty good at getting the last hits, and you see him applying some good pressure right there as well. So actually I would think Moraxis should have a decent time here in this middle matchup. So far Pebbles seems to be having the better time, but we'll keep an eye out to see how that progresses. So Keeper of the Forest is now all the way down to just this yellow camp. He did clear out the Vulture Lord, it looks like, and unless they plan to buy a Rev for it here once the courier gets sent back, which is a ground courier currently. I think that's going to be interesting to see what Keeper does from here on out as far as his farming in the jungle. So, and you actually see him heading over to the Ancients. Just going to make his time over there. Wait for the Rev Wards to expire. The one over here going to be expiring actually just after the 3-minute mark, so by 4 minutes. He should start to get some more spawns going for him. Middle lane, Invis Master of Arms is here, so Luna has actually decided to just go to the middle lane. Instead of going to the top side, Master of Arms Invis not going to find an opening, instead heading back towards top himself. Keeper of the Forest also coming up here, actually. And not sure what they're planning on doing, whether he's even planning on going to the Hellborn jungle or not. It looks like that's actually what he's planning on doing. So, sneaks on by right there. I think he might have been seen by the creep wave. It's actually going to come to this camp. Tempest going to run it over there. He has a 2-level advantage here so far. Going to see that he's here, but quickly takes over one of his creeps, actually. Then we'll start to fall back, or the creep that he's attempting to kill, at least. Some fun mind games going on here by this Keeper of the Forest. So a roaming Keeper of the Forest to an extent. Just trying to find farm anywhere on the map while he waits for those wards in his own jungle to despawn here. So Draconis at the top lane, taking some extra pressure right there. Looks like Compel came out even. I don't know if it hit or not, but Draconis able to stay alive in the end. He's got the early Ring of Teacher. Still about 3 Tree Eaters left on him. Speaking of that, Devils has still 1 left, as well as the bottle now. And they're going to play a little bit aggressive here. Moraxis taking the stun. He puts the Arcane Shield up. And it did activate, it looked like. Yeah, he tried to check him. So that's the dangerous thing about Moraxis. You got to be sure to not chuck into the Arcane Shield, but actually it might not matter. Tempest running with the stuns. Are we going to see a Bloodlust kill? Moraxis trying to live, just running away. A couple final auto attacks. He has no more bottle charges. Pebbles is nearby, but cannot use any abilities. No more mana. And Moraxis will survive in the end. So, DC Fabulous staying alive here. Still remains no Bloodlust kill to be seen as Moraxis gets away. The roaming Tempest. Not able to. Not able to set anything up effective there in the middle lane of the end, other than get Moraxis to fall back and just allow Pebbles to have even a better time. But yeah, kind of curious about the Aluna, sending the Aluna top, but they decide to ultimately send her back to the middle lane. You know, probably makes sense, I guess, with the Master of Arms and Rally. It definitely has some decent kill potential. There's not much Draconis can do to help Aluna if she does happen to get jumped. So, basically saying that we'd rather just make sure to have Pebbles get a good time here in the middle lane. And is that even happening is a question. 22-8 Pebbles against a 16-4 Moraxis. So, you know, he is having a good time. Not overwhelming, though, by any means. Draconis top lane. Again, more pressure being applied. But he is going to survive. See bottom lane down here. Wretched Hag. Sona Scream coming out of Bubbles. Bubbles level 6, though. Wretched Hag, I think, might be the one who needs to be careful here. There's a Sonar Scream. He has a Shell Serve and a Kelford. There's a Kelford Shell Serve. Another Sonar Scream. No, Bubbles in trouble. And Bubbles is going to fall. And Kindler goes down. So here I am. I'm worried for Wretched Hag. Apparently, and Kindler had the same idea, but underestimating the power of that Sonar Scream. A second one eventually came out. He wasn't able to take cover. And sure enough, gets picked off right there. So, good job holding his ground by Yancey. I'll just call him Yance. Yance Oligan. I guess that's not too difficult. Yance Oligan. Bloodlust kill in favor of DC Fabulous. Now Wretched Hag. Oh, looking over 300 gold per minute all of a sudden. See Bubbles. Bubbles with that bottle, the silent bottle. So does Wretched Hag for that matter. So several bottles in this game so far. Moraxis has his own. He actually has a bottle in Fizz. Not too sure why he doesn't even have it on him currently. It's a little odd. Oh, top lane. This is why. Okay, so what happened right here? Master of Farms, he's trying to make some aggressive play, but he gets collapsed on by a Luna and Tempest, basically, so. Not much else to it than that. He just simply got caught out of position. Good job by Orange Esports. Collapsing on the top lane. And now they're going to apply some pressure a little bit. Draconis even pushing in the lane with the Dragon Flame right there. Has another creep wave coming, so they're definitely going to apply some good pressure right here. You see a level 7 Tempest, has the Ring of Sorcery, has his Elemental Void Threat, of course. So Rowley going to do what he can to hold this off, and looks like it's going to be more than enough. So not really a whole lot of pressure put there on the tower in the end. See a single stack pull going to come out from a Luna. Try to get the lane back in their favor. So Moraxis again, 235 gold per minute here. Pebbles 240, so Nickel Case here on Pebbles not really having the start that Orange was looking for, I'm sure. Especially in that matchup. I mean, it's been even 2v1 for part of it. Luna's been doing a lot of moving, though, so it's hard to say that it's been an actual 2v1 lane. Because in the end, for the majority of it, has been 1v1, I think, so. But, not maybe going as expected. Bottom lane, Wretched Hag blinking and pretty aggressive right there. Getting some damage out with that Sonar Scream. As Bubble's going to head towards the bottom and top lane wants to get Draconis. Seismic Slam. Can he Blazing Flood in time? No, he cannot. Down he falls. So that's a dangerous combo between Rally and Master of Arms. We saw right there. Able to pick up the kill. Onto Draconis. And actually Tempest might be in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if Moraxis has enough damage himself. I don't know. If he runs more towards this lane, though, they could definitely get some support from maybe Master of Arms. Oh, he blocks him a little bit. Maybe he thought it was a creep, though. Something being delivered. Looks like... Oh, he gets delivered a Bracer, so now he's even more life. And I think, yeah, especially with that, Moraxis is like, well, probably not going to happen. But Master of Arms is running over, so they're trying to get here in time. Master of Arms coming. Tempest running away, though. Either he notices he's getting blocked right here, so Moraxis is going to open it. Matrax is up. He misses the second axe. And now Moraxis needs to be careful about getting turned on. You see Tempest going back in. Master of Arms is here now. Bubbles is here as well, though. He's got that Shell Surfer combo. Pebbles from the flank. Here comes Moraxis. They get the counter Tempest. Bubbles with the Shelter Port. Stalagmites completely missed by there. Right there by Nick O'Case. And now Master of Arms, though, he's completely on the run. So 4 players end up collapsing. And they will take out Master of Arms. But Moraxis is going to survive. So if I'm DC Fabulous right there, I'm actually pretty happy with how that all played out. Or actually, never mind. Maybe that doesn't help. Not so happy anymore. Moraxis eventually got a little bit focused there on the creep for a second, and that ended up costing him his life even, so. Now this middle tower, it's even going to be pushed in here.
The Hellboard takes down a Legion tower.
It looked like within like 10 seconds. What was a decent fight for DC Fabulous? Decent exchange even. Ends up being Orange Esports picking up some good momentum in the end. Middle tower push. Draconis, though, he's not taking off by any means. 247 gold per minute. Again, this is a hero, though, that get him just a solid start and make sure the camps are stacked and whatnot. Make sure Ancients are good to go, and before you know it, it'll be 500 plus GPM. Low deposit coming out here. Guess what? Don't care. Steam Boots being picked up here by Rally, who is the top farmer of the game. He must have something else. Yeah, what's being delivered? Oh, there's the Beast Turret, so Home of the Black Legion going to be coming here, as well as leaving a Mystic Vestment. So tanking up nicely on Rally. Always good to do. See middle lane, Pebbles comes back. He has an Invis Room bottled up, actually. Oh, bottom lane, gank being set up. Bubbles is here, Tempest in the lane. What just happened? They can catch Wretched Hag out. There's the Kelfield shows their Song of the Sea to prevent the blink. In comes Tempest. The Elemental Void is going to be used. Defensive Master's Call comes out. The Wretched Hag pretty tanky. Power Throw comes in. He blinks away in time after he Sonar Screams. And Wretched Hag will live, so a lot used right there for no kill. And now Morax is chasing. He lands an axe, but he's not going to pursue any further. But definitely a one battle right there by DC Fabulous. The fact that they got an Elemental Void to be used, with no kill coming out, and a kill for that matter. Now they're going to counter push the top lane in the meantime. See up here, keeping the force in rally, plant some pressure. Ports are coming in though. That's 3 ports it looks like. Oh, Pebbles is invis as well, so he comes in, can't be seen. Shell Surf, unfortunately, not the direction he was hoping for. Trying to see if somebody was trying to do a random TP, but not going to happen. Orange ends up sending 4 players up here, and they don't get anything out of it, so a lot of resources used by Orange Esports to not get a whole lot in the end. I guess it does deny the tower. Now, they'll continue to spread out from here. You got Tempest back at the bottom lane. Shuyu on Tempest. Looks like he's working towards that Astrolabe now, so pretty much usual route here. Keeper the Forest back in the Ancients, cleaning those up. Again, very interested to see, you know, if item progression is different on certain heroes or not. Stuff like, you know, Rally, whether or not he'll get that portal key or something else, or Wretched Hag for that matter. Curious to see if that light brand into Grimoire is popular in the Southeast Asian route, in the Southeast Asian scene or not. Keep the Forest, so I'm just still doing some Ancients. Now we got a Aim of the Exile. Definitely can upgrade to the Gravelock. I don't think a Sackstone is necessary for this game. Not a very physical, threatening teaming on the Hellborn side, at least until the later parts. Definitely a lot of magic damage coming out. So Mystic Vestments, and you do see 3 Mystic Vestments already on the side of DC Fabulous, so it's good to see from them. A little bit more of a mix that Orange Esports has to deal with. There's a Sustainer finished on Draconis, and again, it's been a while since we've seen him on North American European scene, but it's hard to forget that what Draconis can do. Likes to go that no. So like I did say this last time though, when we saw them in the semifinals, they picked up Draconis both of those games, and he did go the Null Stone into Shrunken Head, and then I think the Savage Mace, which was just whatever, depending on the game. But it would be interesting to see if he was to be picked up more and more nowadays on the NAU scene, even if we'd see that Searing Light Energizer build or not. So I still think that could be, like, the biggest reason you get that Sustainer into Nullstone is for the farming capability. But hell, the Lightbrand definitely could take care of that. So I see a lot of heroes switching over to that kind of build rather than the Nullstone, something like a Silhouette or something like that. So I wonder if that could be considered more efficient on Draconis even nowadays. Searing Light Energizer. They just go the route from there. And that could even transition better because Searing Light into Energizer into Shrunken Head, then he just split up the Searing Light into a Geometer's Bane even. They go Grimoire. Go Grimoire Power! Think about the power you'd have. I don't know if that would be necessary, but... Or you could just go into Savage Mace after that even. Don't even need to split it up. Again, depending on the game. But, once again, for this game, it seems like it is going to be more of the old school style of Sustainer, Nullstone, Shrunken, and then this game I would see the Savage Mace being... Oh, well, he does have a Keeper, so depending on how the game progresses on, maybe Geometer's Bane if Keeper gets some great farm, gets an early Resto Stone, but probably not going to happen from the looks of it. Keeper is struggling to even hit that 200 gold per minute mark here, 15 minutes in. It's pushed a little bit, but not a whole lot at the same time. Was applying pressure at the top tower earlier. Just doing some triple stack H's over here. Bubbles! Uh-oh, Bubbles in trouble. Bubbles gonna be collapsed on! That was a lot used, but it does get the kill. Bat Blast and the Seismic Slam. I don't think Bat Blast was necessary there. Did get him the kill, though, in the end. So Bubbles gets caught out. Trying to push up the lane while his team is doing the Ancients nearby, and now we're going to see a push as a result from DC Fabulous. Should be an easy tower kill. You have a Luna doing what she can, but capitalization by DC Fabulous here, and this gold swing is should go in their favor after this tower kill. Yeah, 1100 gold lead now, on top of that 1000 experience lead. Yeah, we see stuff like 1700 gold saved up on Wretched Hag, so Possibly could be that Lightbrand build here. Into the Grimoire. Ooh, top lane, Meraxis finds some friends in the jungle. Draconis and Tempest. Put the stun on Tempest first, throws the axe on Draconis, puts up the Arcane Shield just in case. It does wear off, though. He is still in some trouble. Bottom lane, in the meantime, there's more fight happening down here. Kelpo comes out. Wretched Hag is locked down. She blinks away, takes the stun, dodges the power throw, though. Gonna be fine. Back to over here. Meraxis with that Matrax up. Trying to run away still. There's the explosion cutting through the trees. Dragonflame hits, slowing him down. The stun's from Tempest. He has an elemental void, but he doesn't want to have to use it, and he doesn't need to. Down goes Meraxis. And at the bottom lane, no kills happening, so they did not get the tower kill either down here, the secondary tower at least. So ORGE Sports making some big fight happen right there. And now you see Draconis with the Blessed Orb purchase, so again, that Nullstone definitely coming up quickly here. As always, especially with the Draconis, when you transition into that Nullstone, definitely keep an eye on stacks and whatnot. Seeing how that's being progressed. Seems like they've been fairly good with the Ancients. The jungle got a couple stacks going on. Unfortunately, Wild Hunters aren't the best. Lightbrand is purchased by Hag, so seems like works over here too.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Kills, Shuyu gets credit. See, he's got that Ring of Sorcery and Astrolabe already. 1,000 gold saved up. Portal Key is going to be coming out here soon. Pebbles 2063 gold. About 100 more gold, and he has that PK. Speaking of that, Meraxis, 1,100 gold. So still a little bit off. Definitely could use that here on DC Fabulous side. They're trying to chase. Will they be linking on Tempest? Yep, Wretched Hag wants to chase right here. Sono Scream comes out. He does not have much else. He already used the Bat Blast. And Tempest will be fine. Meanwhile, over here, Draconis blazing flight away. Before he gets caught, Meraxis trying to chase, but looks like Draconis going to be fine. Back down here, Wretched Hag gets jumped once again to Kelfield, and the combo initially from Pebbles. He got that new portal key, and it looks like he uses it pretty much right away. Sets up a kill on the Wretched Hag, who is chasing a little bit too much by himself. Middle lane, Rally goes in right there. Seismic Slam going to be canceled. He's still looking for a better opportunity. Now he's in trouble, though. Trying to get it off again, but no, not going to happen. Stalagmite's coming out. He will fall. Meraxis with that Matrax puts a stomp out, but now Meraxis is also in a lot of trouble. So big dive here from DC Fabulous is not going to pay off. Meraxis Arcane Shield, he does get the buff, but doesn't matter. Shell Surf to finish him off over here. We have Pebble still chasing. He has the combo up shortly. He even has a regen, and he's going to combo Keeper. And Keeper just falls to the ground. Master of Arms still in biz.
It's a massacre!
But, yeah, I think it is. I think it is a massacre so far. ORGE Esports really picking up steam here. 19 minutes in, and again, it really just goes back to Draconis as well. If your team is picking up steam like this, especially with a Draconis who's doing decent, that's never a good thing for the opposition. So, Draconis here already. He has the Nullstone now. Look at where he's at. Triple stack Ancients coming out right here. He's level 11. Expect that GPM to start shooting up here. Already at 330. Upwards of 400 by the time he gets a Shrunken Head, I'm sure. So DC Fabulous definitely has their work cut out for them. Needing to get that Grimoire here on Hag. You could argue maybe trying to rush into that Shrunken Head at this point might be a better move. Because there's clearly going to be fights happening here. This is a pretty well-built team around Draconis. Very aggressive mindset team. The Pebbles, Illuna, the Bubbles, and Tempest for the assistance. Speaking of Tempest, 1,300 gold on him. We'll see if he maybe tries to go that Portal Key or the Shrunken Head route. Or something else. I think a Barrier Idol here on the Legion side could be pretty useful. But Meraxis still needs that Portal Key. And Keeper's Farm, again, it's not the best, unfortunately, for them. Only 200 gold per minute still. He's pulling up some gold, 1,500 gold here. Oh, Wretched Hag, she blinks right into Pebbles, even with the Master's Call. Absolutely no chance. The red power, though, was just late right there. It would have fit if she was still alive, so. Dies just before it connects. Why do I still hear it? Wretched Hag not having the best of times here. Only the 2 deaths. I thought she actually died a couple more times, but 277 gold per minute, so dying right there. Just gets jumped by the Pebbles. It seems like Pebbles impact. Nico Case has definitely stepped up. Again, his start wasn't the greatest. Not where they wanted it to be, at least, but here he is at a good spot now for ORGE Sports. Top lane Tempest Could be in some trouble right here. Could be the Force, level 9 only, but he has that root ready to go. He has support. Tempest realizing he might be in trouble. All of a sudden, Keeper the Force not going to root just yet, though. He is actually going to let him go into the Force right here. And now Tempest still trying to run. Rally coming in, though. Tempest going to be blocked. Clears out the trees, trying to make his getaway. He doesn't. He has support coming in Pebbles. Can't get it here in time, though. Tempest collapsed out. Song of the Sea comes out. A bad blast going to be his. Tempest ultimate canceled immediately as he dies. But here we go. More access with that Matrix. Down goes Pebbles. Dracona's going to fall, and Bubbles now in trouble. ORGE Sports really getting involved in a fight. That was definitely dangerous right there. Down goes Bubbles. Aluna, the sole survivor. What just happened? A 4-for-1 exchange in favor of TC Fabulous. Wow. Yeah, you could argue ORGE Esports maybe should have cut their losses right there, but and they even seen when they came on over right there, they weren't sure if they really wanted to go in and commit or not, and that kind of caused some issues. I don't know if Pebbles' portal key got canceled by something initially, but yeah, and it's almost better that Keeper the Force did not root off the bat, because if he rooted off the bat and they got the Tempest Gear early, then that fight maybe never took place, and again, all of a sudden they have a 4-for-1 exchange, so TC Fabulous very happy with that outcome. Portal key is picked up by Bubbles, by the way, as well, but I don't know if he actually had that going into the fight or not. I want to say he did. But well played by our Legion team here. He's going to make use of that farm. 2,800 gold on Meraxis. Well, he has enough for the portal key. I sure hope he goes for it. 1,600 on Hag here. 2,000 on Tempest, so again, still waiting to see what he eventually goes for. And it looks like Shrunken Head is going to be the item of choice on Pebbles. I definitely like that. Definitely could use a way to get out of the Keeper route always. And it's going to be a portal key on Tempest. So he's looking to just follow the initiation with Bubbles and Pebbles here. Got a huge problem with that. There are a lot of ways, though, to stop that ultimate. Of course, even with the Shrunken Head, still has to worry about the root. Never a reason not to go it, though. Did you get the portal key? Yeah. We do see a portal key on Meraxis here. Oh, there's a fine. Nope, just an illusion on Wretched Hag. What did Hag buy, by the way? Anything on the courier? Was it a blessed orb? I don't think it would have been.
The Legion takes down a Hellborn tower!
They're gonna jump. Meraxis tries to jump right there, so they get the tower kill. Well, good job boxing out by DC Fabulous. They get the tower kill. Draconis, he's farming the bottom lane in the meantime, so definitely doing what he should be doing. He's working on that Shrunken Head still. But obviously, if you're going up a hero against like Draconis, this is kind of a thing that's almost necessary. You got to take advantage of him not having that maximized farm just yet. Whether that's pushing when he's pushing or trying to gank him, which they're trying to do here. Rally, not going to compel in time. Maybe try to go for a lucky compel, but not going to hit. Wretched Hack getting caught out once again. He runs right into Pebbles. He's finding himself by himself quite a bit, it seems like. And once again falls, so Pebbles with the combo to finish him off right there. Yeah. 2,500 gold on Keeper. He does not have a Mystic Vestments. I still think that Barrier Idol could be a solid choice, but what is Keeper going? Is he just going straight Wrestlestone? There's the Shaman's Headrest on Rally, so they are going to be getting the Barrier Idol most likely now, and that is good to see. But that's a lot of gold being pulled up on Keeper. Top tower going to be taken out here.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Oh wow, pulls up with the gold, ends up going to portal key actually. Initiation here. Especially with the portal key on Tempest, I can see where that's coming from. Want to be able to react to his own ultimate. Or to the Tempest ultimate, that is. Barrier Idol finished? No, I don't think it was finished, but yeah, he showed that he is going to be going for it here. Wretched Hag, I guess either she bought something and doesn't have it, or missed something, because I could have sworn she had something like 1,500 gold saved up, and then all of a sudden, not much else after that, and no new items, so keep an eye on that, but I assume it is going to be into that Grimoire, of course. $1,500 more gold under Draconis, so he's at 2,900 mark, of course, for the Shrunken Head completion. And that just gets him more of that battle build, especially if he hits level 16. I mean, even though he doesn't have the biggest damage dealing items, it's again, we all know how much this hero can do with like a Cataclysmic Assault up. Level 16, he's attacking for, what is it? 100 more attack speed. Level 6 for 12 seconds. 8 seconds, okay, so not as long, but 8 seconds. With a 45-second cooldown. Hey, well, you know what item I would like to see, damn it? Frostfield Plate. I think if there is a hero to get it against, it is Draconis. With that change, minus 20% attack speed. That nerfs his ulti hard, man. We'll see if DC Fabulous comes through here. Grimoire is finished on hack, so I guess she did have the Blessed Orb, just actually not on herself. Interesting. Barrier Idol on Rally. Again, a very good pickup there. Seems like DC Fabulous though is kind of toned down a little bit here as far as making stuff happen, and that's only going to hurt them really. Draconis is going to have a shrunken head at this rate. It doesn't look like our Legion team is trying to make much happen here. Shrunken Head also being worked on by Tempest. And yeah, this Legion team, I don't know if they're going to be able to compete as this game progresses on. So, I'm not sure what items they're necessarily waiting for, but don't know if there's an obvious item that they could wait for here that's worth it. But at this rate, again, the Shrunken Head is going to be finished under Draconis going into the next fight. So that'll be useful for Orange Esports here. Shrunken Head is already picked up on Pebbles. And then also going to be coming up on Tempest. And more Ancients being done. Double damage Draconis. Even extra scary.
Stay a while and play with me.
Stay a while and play with me. It's so demonic-like. We need more and more Traxxas. That's what Amones came through for us the other day. I think it was on Saturday he actually played the more Traxxas ult. I think it was against Team Excellent, game 1, that's what it was. The first game on Saturday. That was a pretty fun skin to look at. Keeper another 1,400 gold, so with that portal key again, really still hasn't made use of it though. Still sitting on the little red booties as well. And if you're Orange Esports, again, you're not pushing the issue either. You now farm your damage item here on Draconis. Again, whether that's a Savage Mace or the Geometer's Bend, I think especially in this game, the way it's going, I just think it goes straight into the Savage Mace here. Just fine. Well, don't do this though. Oh, Rinrinflo finding himself in a tough spot. He is going to be collapsed on and he will fall. Not sure what he was thinking right there. There's really no vision at the bottom side of the map. I don't know if he's just running in here to go to the jungle or what, but he was completely caught out. The portal key's coming into play right there from DC Fabulous, and Draconis falls, so big pick by them. Draconis does not have a buyback either, so he's dead for another 40 seconds. You definitely need to capitalize here if you're the Legion team, and just going to start with pushing the middle lane, so that's what they're going to do here. If you're Orange, I mean, you could still fight this. That's definitely not out of the question, but is it worth it? Probably not. They're going to use invulnerability. They're hanging out nearby. Bubbles, he has a tablet now with the portal key. And
The Legion takes down a
still 10 more
Hellborn
seconds
tower.
under Draconis Resurrection, so tower falls. And they will fall back. So big pick coming out by our Legion team right there. Still need more though. His team boots finally upgraded. And again, it's just always a pet peeve of mine, sure, but I just think it just doesn't make sense to. Yeah, I think he has something like 1,700 gold saved up at a point, and then he just upgrades his boots into steam boots. So it's like, why not get that? when you actually have the money to get that. And then just help your farm as a result. Small thing, but it definitely adds up. Timeout. Oh yeah, love pauses. Kindler back now. See, Wretched Hag's level 16 here. Pulling up 2,700 gold himself. He doesn't have the Mighty Blade, though, so he still needs a little bit before that Shrunken Head's going to be coming out by him. And looks like Orange is going to go for the Conquer kill. Find that opportunity here. There's a Ward aside. Oh, that's not placed on the cliff, though. That has to be a misplace right there. If this Ward aside was on the cliff, they would have probably seen them going into the pit at the least. But because it's not on the cliff, it's actually not getting as much. At least I don't think it is. And they do scare them off, though. They knew it was up. They get them to fall back for now. So Ancients instead is going to be cleared out here. Pace of the game. If they're keeping DC Fabulous occupied, they're fine with that. If you're Orange Esports, Draconis not level 16 just yet, but he's level 15, so just about having that level 3 Cataclysmic Assault here. Orange, you can tell they want to make some fight happen, but DC Fabulous not giving them the big opportunity. I feel like DC Fabulous is spending a lot of time doing nothing, though. Especially where they are already behind. That's only going to continue. They still have the top and the bottom tower they can try to push in, but staying around Conqueror for now. Looking for a jump. Very slow-paced game, honestly. And, you know, I will say, casting the semifinals, and just in general of Southeast Asia, it seems like they tend to be just more the aggressive playstyle amongst most of the teams. But this game, it is 20 hero kills, so it's hard to say it's been very slow-paced by any means. But we've definitely been in that phase for a little bit here. Slowing things down. 3,500 gold on Moraxis. Holy crap. There's a lot of gold that's not going to be pulled up early on. I just really think DCES is making a mistake right here of not really trying to push the issue. Not whether it's just pushing as a team. And they got solid team fight. Getting those early items like a Soul's Bulwark. Do they even have an Astrolabe? They don't have an Astrolabe. Yeah, so keep your pass up the Astrolabe. I didn't even realize that. I've seen that here. And he has another 1,900 gold saved up even. So instead, Orange Esports just continues to farm. Draconis' farm hasn't taken off though necessarily, so as much as giving criticism to DCES of not doing a whole lot, Orange also, specifically this Draconis, he's found himself kind of running around with the team. And not really spending his time the best in terms of farming. I mean, the fact that he's only 377 gold per minute, and he's died 3 times actually, so he's 5-3 and 2, only 377 gold per minute. That's actually not too impressive, especially for Draconis. At 35 minutes in, Wretched Hag at the top lane, gonna be jump right here. Ultimate's gonna come out from Tempest, securing the kill. They really once again wanted to make sure they got it. I thought the Elemental Void could have very likely blinked away, but they do get it, but now with no Elemental Void, I wonder if DCES can make something happen. Hag's not going to be up for another 60 seconds, but when she is up, you know, now if any, it's the time to take advantage here. Trying to make something happen. But is Orange going to go for Conquer? Yes, they are. No buyback on Hag. That's important. I can definitely see her buying back right here. But Root coming in from Keeper. What is going on? Not a fight you want to be taking if you're DCES. Down goes Keeper of the Forest. Rowley in trouble. The Golden Dragon is out. The Cataclysmic Assault is up. And you see the spread trying to happen. but it's not going to be successful enough. Morale's going to end up getting picked off. Master of Arms, he might end up falling right here. He's barely alive. He's somehow still alive, but no, he goes down. And you see Moraxis on a completely other side of the map. He's just running away this whole time with that haste rune. So, in the end, it's going to be a free Conger kill now. As if it really, I mean, again, it kind of should have been, honestly. I'm not sure what DC Fabulous was thinking right there. We're jumping without their Wretched Hag, their main source of damage by far. That was not the most efficient use of their abilities there. So now you also don't have a root now for 70 seconds.
Congor goes down!
Congor's going to fall. Draconis picks up the token of life here. Going just out of pauses. That hurts. And Kindler clearly having some issues. Back now, though. And now Draconis. So after all of that, if anything, there's been a window here to still try to make something happen if you're DC Fabulous. But now Draconis is going to have his next tier, and there's the Slayer purchase. So the answer is going to be that Savage Mace, of course, going to be coming out. I also say, again, there continues to be a lot of gold pooled up here on the Legion side that almost a little unnecessary at times. Wretched, or wow, he ends up buying a Hellflower here on Moraxis. I'm not completely against that, but at the same time, can he cancel the Nullstone by himself? The axe doesn't cancel it, does it? Because that's not a target, that's a... If you actually click them with the axe, does that cancel the Nullstone? I don't think it does. Help me out here, chat. Oh, Bubbles ported away before he gets caught. If it does, then I definitely like the Hellfire a lot more, but if that doesn't work, if you can't cancel the Nullstone by yourself as Moraxis, yeah, so that's where I'm not a huge fan of that pickup. I mean, it definitely would be great against Draconis, but if you yourself can't even cancel the Nullstone initially, then the Hellflower definitely...
The Legion takes down a Hellborn Tower!
As far as it being useful. Middle, we are going to see a jump right here. Pebbles going into Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag dropping quickly in the background. They will pick off Tempest, actually. Root does come out. Draconis still in the front ground, though. He has a Cataclysmic Assault up. He's putting in the auto attacks. Moraxis and Rally beating on him, though. And actually are going to get the kill. He's going to come back up, but he won't have a Shrunken Head now. So Pebbles going to jump right in. Here comes Draconis. No Assault, though. No Shrunken Head. He still does damage, however. And we do see more players falling here on the Legion side. Rally trying to get away. Rally cannot get away. Oh my god, he might actually survive. He is still somehow alive right here. 3 seconds on the Capella. Not going to be enough, though. He had barbed armor up there at the end, which definitely liked that pickup, but not able to get it off either. And in the big picture, we do see the Hellborn team. We see ORGE Sports coming out on top of that team fight, despite Token of Life being used right there by Draconis. So big jump coming out, and again, DCF started that off pretty well. They actually picked off Tempest. They were kind of spread out though, and then when they tried to focus fire Draconis, well, again, they were able to kill him, but obviously the token kind of screwed things up, and ORGE Sports comes out on top in the end. So here comes the push now of our Hellborn team. So yeah, I mean, that goes back to that pickup of, not to say that was the reason why they lost that fight by any means,
down a Legion Tower.
It's if you can't actually use it on Draconis yourself to prevent the Shrunken Head, definitely takes away from it. Now you can still use it on Tempest, which obviously is actually still a great use of it in the end. Because it really just goes back to what we'd rather seen, and nothing come off the top of my head. Maybe a Shrunken Head would have been useful for him too, but not too sure. All I know is that Keeper's sitting on 3,000 gold right here. The team support items aren't necessarily all there. They don't have a tablet, unfortunately. All they really have as far as team support goes is that barrier out on the Ring of Sorcery. No Astrolabe, no tablets, no souls, Abyssal Skull, things like that. I think that's definitely hurting DC Fabulous right now. Speaking of that, Demonic Breastplate just finished by Pebbles. They got a tablet here on Bubbles, who's still DC'd actually. He times that again, so clearly he's having issues, unfortunately. That's not good news for Orange. They say no need, he's having issues. We'll just deal with it. Need. 4,200 gold under Cronus. He has enough for the Savage Mace here. Might be saving up for buyback as well, but looks like Bubbles is back now, so, and I think he does... Oh, he actually goes Whispering Helm. Interesting. Interesting. Going the Whispering Helm here before he finishes a Savage Mace. On Draconis. I think it's a little unnecessary, but wants to make sure he just stays alive ultimately. Bubbles dying again, dropping out again, so they're out of pauses now. So they're almost playing this game 4 versus 5. I mean, obviously they can still control his hero, but it's not ideal by any means for Orange Esports here. So that does not help things in their situation.
Watch your eyes.
Hellflower now purchased by Hag, so they're really going aggressive with those Hellflowers. Want to be able to use that on the Tempest, the Draconis even. And obviously Hag, she does have a way to remove the Nullstone with that Haunt. Energizer on Master of Arms, good pick up there. Keeper 3,600 gold, jeez. Not a fan. Pooling up all this gold. Especially when there's still many support items your team could still use here. See Orange take over the Ancients now. Clean those up once again. So continuing to just take it easy here. Play it safe. Not forcing any issue. Double damage on Pebbles with that new Demonic Breastplate. Hard hitter here. 559 max damage. Jeez. Always impressive to see that. To see a Pebbles with a double damage rune this late around the game. He is a hard hitter. Mainly as a result of his ultimate. And DC Fabulous will continue to farm themselves once again. For what? I honestly am not sure. Don't tell me Keeper's going to buy a straight Shrunken. He has the gold for now. Ay. You see Fabulous. If you are going to be competing here, man, you need those items. Still, again, a little bit curious about that Whispering Hell pickup by Draconis at this point. If anything, the Savage Mace, if he's just going to continue to farm, Savage Mace would have just been better for that anyways. Yep. 3 minutes now remaining on Bubbles' reconnection timer. Again, they're out of pauses too. And he's just going to go straight Symbol, actually. I think it's a little defensive here that Orange Esports is getting. But, I kind of wonder if a lot of that, actually, oops, has to do with the fact that their Bubbles keeps DCing. And this kind of is turning into a 4v5 game. I mean, they only have 2.5 minutes now. And he could very likely at this rate. But if anything, that's where you could argue where he needed to go the Savage Mace. And they just needed to push this because when he DCs, he's gone, so. 4,400 gold on Keeper. So yeah, I assume he's just going straight Resto, but even so, he's been sitting on an open item slot here, so even just at least get something like the Arcana. I don't think even that's for what their team doesn't have yet. I honestly think more than Resto Stone, something like the Soul's Bulwark, the Astrolabe even still. I guess it's even at this point in the game, maybe the Astrolabe's just not even worth it. But
the Hellborn takes down a Legion Tower.
I'd say that's true, actually. Something Yes, they still could even.
The Legion takes down a Hellborn tower.
But it doesn't matter. He's not going for that anyways. He's clearly going full straight Restless Stone here. They're going to counter push while Orange is pushing bottom. But yeah, you can tell Orange feels like they need to make something happen here because it's going to be a 4v5 here shortly. As Kindler is still clearly having issues. So there's a Restless Stone on Keeper. He does buy it. He also buys a couple of Mark of the Novice, making sure he has them. And here's the jump. Miraxis comes in right here. Where's Keeper? Still waiting for him. Rally comes in as well. Storm Speed under Draconis. He's still putting those auto attacks still. Cataclysmic Assault is up. He still has a Shrunken and a Symbol. There's the Shrunken, and there's the Symbol coming out with that Cataclysmic Assault. And look at the Legion team fall. Where's Keeper during all this? Finally comes in with the root, but he gets silenced after. He puts the second root out. But that was just absolutely way too late. Wretched Ag's going to get bursted down. She cannot buy back. Tempest ultimate in the background. Not the greatest, but the Legion team now trying to chase them back. Draconis in the meantime, he's just already back. I guess he bought back, so he didn't end up dying, but he's clearing out the creep waves. And now we see DC Fabulous trying to chase them out, which they ultimately are going to do. And actually, Pebbles might get caught right here. Compel forward, and actually Bubbles also in trouble. Some spot Bubbles being controlled by somebody else, obviously gets a haste rune and will be able to jet on out of there. Pebbles, the same story it looks like. So I think finally they are going to be able to get away, and that's how it's going to end. But yeah, I mean that fight was just honestly pretty sloppy there from DC Fabulous especially. Draconis also let himself get very low before using the Shrunken Head. I assume maybe, if anything, he was waiting for a root to come out first, but he almost died before using it. Did get it off, got the symbol off, and we saw the Cataclysmic Assault and what it could do. But Bubbles has officially DC'd now. With that said, the stats tab, it does tend to get a little bit funky when a hero like that DCs, so I don't know if it actually is still lined up, because he was actually in that brown spot, so maybe it is still fine. But look at that! Rift Shards just purchased by Pebbles. That's awesome. Going the Rift Shards, so wow. He's going to hit extra hard. Of course, all the items dropped from Bubbles right there. And they find an opening on a Master of Arms. Master goes down. You see Aluna picked up the Storm Spirit, it looks like, in the Portal Key. Tablet went to Pebbles right here. So this item, or this game, it just got really interesting. Extra interesting, even. Gonna go for Conqueror here in the meantime. Rift Shards, huh? I feel like he doesn't even have enough attack speed. Even with the Steam Boots and Demonic Breastplate, I think you need something like at least an Elder Parasite if you're going to be going Rift Shards. on Pebbles in this case, but going the Rift Shards. He's hitting hard. 590 damage coming out. See, Orange is trying to look for an opportunity here. Upgrading the Rift Shards here. This game is just weird. It's getting all sorts of weird up in years. Conqueror is very low. Not able to do anything with it just yet, though. There's the jump from Miraxis. Goes on a Tempest. Wretched with the fall off. The Golden Dragon appears, though. Root going to be coming. That's the first root. Yes, he does have two. The second root comes out, but he runs right into Tempest. Tempest gets the ulti off after the roots were used. Where's the damage, though? Draconis is dropping. Draconis goes down. He's just not able to do enough. And now the follow-up continues. Tempest is going to fall right here. Pebbles in trouble. Draconis buys back. He's coming back in, but he doesn't have his Cataclysmic Assault nor his item cooldowns. Will he be able to do enough? He gets the Kona Master of Arms. Miraxis stun coming out right there. Tempest throws the stun for Rally. Chase on a Keeper. He goes down. Pebbles comes back in. And they finish off Rally. Meanwhile, over here, Miraxis falls. And Wretched Hag is the sole survivor, still blinking away. So ORGE Esports, they have to use more buybacks. Shuyu and Rinrinfloor are both out of buybacks now. But it does get the job done. They're going to get a Conqueror kill here. And that does mean a token of life for Draconis. I think we really saw that last fight especially, though, that the Cataclysmic Assault, man, you need that Savage Maze. The choice to go similar rage, I think, was just silly by by Rinflow here. I call it Rinflow. Rinflow. Wretched Hag at the tops. That's not the real Wretched Hag. Where's the real Wretched Hag? She's back at base currently. Big Hag. What did she make a big play? Actually, wasn't watching. I was watching. I didn't notice that, I should say. I'm doing the cast blind, guys. Yeah, another thing about that last fight, though, I mean, Keeper going very aggressive right there with the double root before Tempest even remotely tried to ultimate there. So I made the point that they were just going for the quick lockdown to get the kill. Obviously, Tempest got his ulti out, but Draconis wasn't really able to do a whole lot. He was being occupied. I think it was Rally in the background was keeping him occupied. So not the most damage came out from him, and he actually buys post-haste here. I guess feeling like that this is that kind of game now, especially where it needs to be able to port around. I still a little bit worried about the ultimate damage output from Draconis. But I guess that's why they have a Rift Shards level 4 Pebbles, or level 3 even. If you are just tuning in, guys, it is a 4 versus 5, obviously. Bubbles, unfortunately, was having some internet issues, and it got to the point after using all the pauses, he wasn't able to stay connected, so he officially DC'd. That's why it is right now a 4v5 in favor of DC Fabulous. But the game has been in favor of Orange for quite a bit. Definitely been some interesting choices here with items and whatnot being picked up really on both sides. See, speaking of that right now too, a lot of gold being pulled up. 3,600 on Hag, 3,100 on Moraxis. You got 4,000 on Tempest over here. Still no Souls Bulwark even on the Legion side. No Bulwark, they never went the Astrolabe, no tablets over here. Still find that very, very fascinating. Keeper of the Force, he has double root. He's looking for a flank here. He might want to fight if he gets some TPs in, but well, they are going to be pushing in. You see at the middle and the bottom lane, though. We got DC Fabulous.
The Hellborn takes down a Legion tower.
Are they going to pour maybe root? Maybe root? Oh, that would have been clutch by Keeper. If he was able to stop them right there for TPing, that could have been huge. But looks like he just walks on by. So the Legion team will have to fall back.
Denied.
And tower gets denied at the base, though, so not the biggest deal. Still be happy for the Legion team here. Savage Mace purchased by Wretched Hag. Decides to go the Savage route. And I could definitely I like that. I like that a lot. Definitely need damage over here. Oh, Moraxis is actually in trouble right here. He gets caught. He has a haste rune. Maybe why he's in this situation in the first place. Thought he was going to be fine. And holy crap, look at that. He portal keys away with that Matrax up, and he is going to be fine. So it gets away before he gets killed. A distraction also. 37 more 100 gold saved up by him. Draconis, you need that Savage, buddy. He doesn't even have a buyback, so he could buy the Savage, right? Yeah, you could buy the Savage. Why he doesn't have it yet is beyond me. Buy it. Rin flow, buy it! He's not buying it, guys. What do we do? Well, he is going to push up right here into the base. Made the racks dropping. Bonus has that token for 2 more minutes. Legion team playing very cautious here. We'll see when Keeper goes in once again. Speaking of the gold, a lot of gold still pulled up on the this Legion side going into this fight. Draconis taking a lot of axes right there. Again, though, he's going to be gone on. Here we go. The jump in the background on Pebbles. Wretched Act following. Shrunken goes up. Draconis at half-life. He's running away. He does have the token. There's that Tempest Ultimate right on top of Keeper, who used the one where he has a second, but he runs into the Tempest Ultimate. He is locked down. He finally gets it off, but the Cataclysmic Assault is up. But now Draconis being locked down. He already shrunken. He already symboled. He's going to find a fun right here, most likely. Oh my god, he's barely alive, actually. He lives. He lives in the end. Double tap by Pebbles when it's all said and done. And now Morax is going to go for the TP. They do have buybacks here on the Legion side. Rally already buys back. The Rack's going to go down, though. Speaking of Rally buying back, he's being gone on. Where's the buybacks from Wretched Hag? Hag doesn't have a buyback. Wow, despite all that gold. Now Draconis will fall. He is going to come back up, though, of course, with this cooldowns with similar range ready. Farm power activated.
Barracks gets destroyed.
See, middle and top lane, though. The creep wave pushing in. They're taking to the racks themselves. So the creep wave push doing work here for the Legion team. And oh, Draconis! Draconis gets canceled, and now he's in trouble. Or is he? He may turn this on to Meraxis, but the supporting cast coming in. And now Draconis in a lot of trouble. Barbed Armor goes up. He's going to try to Blazing Flight away right here. He gets caught, though, by Meraxis. There's the explosion. Golden Dragon comes out, turning it around. Does he have a symbol? No, he does not. The Alliance just not enough, though. Rally may fall to Creeps. Rally falls to Creeps in the end.
That's a genocide, folks.
Oh, man. That's a genocide for the Hellboy team. But look at Orange's base. The top lane, the middle lane, completely cleared out. Completely cleared out right here. So even though Orange Esports won that fight, I mean, they get a genocide. They had several buybacks used. You do see their base actually got destroyed more by creep waves. Now, Draconis just bought the Doombringer. He just bought the Sword of the High. He's going Doombringer. I honestly don't get that. I think if he had the Savage Mace right there with his uphill attack, I don't know. I just feel like the Savage Mace, honestly, at that point in time would have been so much better. But now he feels like it's forced to go Doombringer, which, okay, now, sure. Now you're in a game that's kind of calls for, well, if I die again, this is 100% over, so. But these item choices by both teams have just been very, very iffy, honestly, in most cases. You do see Restoration Stone now in Tempest. So this game's going to be an interesting finish. What's going to happen? Assassin shot on Pebbles. Love it. Oh, nope. No, it disappeared. He sold it. He's going to go for something else. He had it. He just sold it, though. What just happened? There's the Doombringer on Draconis. Oh, you know what? Yeah, he's keeping a slot open in case Draconis dies. That's what he's doing. He's keeping a slot open in case Draconis dies. He does have his 2 buybacks still. I wonder if those buybacks are lined up, because I could have sworn he used a buyback earlier. Maybe not. Maybe the buybacks got bugged from Pebbles DC. I don't think so. So yeah, he does have money for buyback, but yeah, I really think he's saving that slot in case the Doombringer falls on Draconis. He wants to be able to pick it up. But is the Legion team gonna push? It looks like they might be here. Yeah, look at that Luna farm. The Storm Spirit and the Portal Key came from Bubbles. No, he has a sheepstick himself. There's the Assassin Trout on Pebbles. There you go. He jumps in. Actually, on a Wretched Hag. He is now going to be gone on himself. Draconis with the follow-up. You see the Legion team playing very passive right here. Here comes the Assassin Trout Pebbles. He's looking for an opening. Got a couple more seconds on that. Not going to find it, though. Look at the spread by DCF. They're playing very smart here. Hag blinks away before she gets caught again. And unless Pebbles finds her right here, no, she's going to be fine. So an almost fight taking place. But not just yet. Morax is now pushing back up the bottom lane once again. Wretched Hag after the regen. Coming back in, 3,600 gold in herself. Rally's the one with that side of buybacks here. Soulsborg finally picked up, by the way. Nice. Nice. Draconis, you're doing a lot of damage. 491 max damage here with that Doombringer. That's awesome. Demonic Breastplate buff helps. He definitely needs those Rift Shards now. He has another Slayer, actually. Okay, wow. He's gonna go Savage to stop that. Reginek blinks into an odd spot right here. She activates the shotgun. I don't think that was intentional. Look at that 1,000 Quiver Bubbles. It jumps out to the side. And here we come. The root initiation. Draconis dropping. Draconis gonna fall right off the bat. Doombringer's on the ground. Who's gonna pick it up? It looks like Moraxis gets it. And I think that's gonna be the game. DC Fabulous probably just won it right there.
Takes down a Hellborn Tower.
Yeah, Pebbles back at the base with the Luna. And these rocks are going to fall. This is going to end up being Mega Creeps. Well, the range rocks can fall too, but just Pebbles and a Luna. I don't think it's going to be enough. So you see right there, Pebbles gets jumped on. Mega Creeps are now spawned in. DC Fabulous, I believe they're going to be pulling away with game number 1 here in this best of the 3 series. Keeper gets pushed forward. Well, that's a nice kill. 1,000 crit on Pebbles. Fun seeing that. Draconis has another 35 seconds left here. Obviously, losing bubbles definitely hurts Orange. No matter the item choices, and no matter how much you want to question that, I mean, they lost bubbles and became a 4v5. That hurt them big time. I mean, there's no doubting that. So, that really is unfortunate for Orange Esports, but DCES, hey, they'll take the victory. They will take the victory in the end, and that they do. So game number 1 goes to DC Fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. Orange Esports will have to come from behind now here in this best of the 3 series. And what is the SoundBlaster Southeast Asian qualifiers? Number 1 for them, the finals. Both these teams are already qualifying for the group stages, but at this point they're playing for some sweet headsets and a little bit of pride on the line too. So interesting game 1 we had right there. Definitely stay tuned, guys. We got game 2 coming up around the corner. What's going to happen? Will DC Fabulous pull the upset? Will they sweep it 2-0? Or will Orange Esports force the 3rd game and try to come back? Stay tuned. Game number 2 coming up just around the corner.